Hello, creative minds. Welcome back to Brian's Academy, your home for smart learning and powerful project skills. Today's we dive into a super fun and practical project: how to design a stylish and functional key holder as required in the Grade 9 KJSEA KNEC project. If you are new here, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notification so that you never miss it out. So let's understand the key holder project. Now, here we are talking about the KNEC project, asking learner to create a functional and attractive key holder using locally available materials. So learners are expected to apply the design process, show creativity, and reflect the competency-based education, and that is also competency-based curriculum. Competencies like problem solving, collaboration. So what exactly is a key holder? That's a question that a learner may ask. What is a key holder? So we find that a key holder is a simple hanging tool to keep your keys organized, usually mounted on wall with hooks or pegs. So that's a brief definition of a key holder. So let's check on the problem statement regarding the making of the key holder. Now, you find that many people lose or misplace their keys at home or in school, more so learners. So to solve this, I want to design and make a wall-mounted key holder that is strong, attractive, and useful. And we find that the objective of this project is to provide a specific place to hang keys, also to reduce time spent searching for lost keys, and lastly, to apply creativity and hands-on skills in a real-life solution. Let's go to the first step, that is generating ideas or the development of the ideas of this project. Now that you understand the problem, brainstorm possible solutions. Now we want to brainstorm on the possible solutions about this problem we have identified under the objective. Now this will involve sketching multiple designs based on different theme or styles. As you can see, I have displayed some of the styles you can choose one from so that you can come up with your own sketch. Now, activity here are as follows in this generating of the ideas or development of the ideas, which are some of the activities the learner are supposed to partake here. The first activity, learner are supposed to create at least 3 different design sketches, like the one that I've shown earlier there. So they can come up with a shape, a cat shape, a house shape, a letter, that's letter K, or symbol rectangles. Those are some of the sketches the learner can come up with. Then after that, let them think about decorations and number of key hooks, size, and color themes. So that's something that they will have to come up with in their groups. Remember, they are working in group of 3 to 5. So these are things that they will be discussing in those groups. They think about the decoration, the number of key hooks, size, and color themes. Then lastly, let them discuss the ideas with group mate. The way I have stated there, let them discuss those ideas they have come up with in those groups so that they can come up with the final suggestion on which color or on which shape or the number of hooks they are going to use in those groups. So let's check on the best idea. After discussing, they'll have to come up with the best idea, and that best idea has to include the following characteristics. So choose one of the design that best meets the following criteria, and the first criteria is the functionality. When we talk about the functionality of the key holder, can it hold at least 3 keys safely? Can it at least hold 3 keys safely? Then the second criteria is aesthetic. aesthetic. Here we are talking about, is it visually appealing? Remember there we talked about one of the activities they'll be doing is they supposed to think about decoration. So when they'll be decorating it, will it be aesthetic so that it can be visually appealing? And the third criteria is simplicity. When you talk about simplicity, the key holder should be simple. Can you easily make it with available materials? So let us not go to the shop and start buying these materials. That one will be going against this criteria of simplicity. Let it be simple so that the learner can get those materials readily available and use them. Then the last criteria is safety. Here we are talking about, are there any sharp edges or dangerous parts on the key holder that has been created? So those are some of the criteria the learner is supposed to use, the teacher is supposed to check when the learners have come up with the best ideas in their discussion and decision making. Now, final selection, e.g., I choose the house-shaped key holder because it is symbolic, attractive, and has enough surface to attach multiple hooks. So when the learner come up with the final selection, let them give you a reason why they have decided to choose that design of the key holder, so that they can note it down in their book. Let's go to the next step. Here we're talking about preparing materials and tools. In short, we're talking about now planning. Now, here, learners, what are they supposed to do? The first part, they are supposed to assemble the materials. And which are these materials they are supposed to assemble? Remember, they are recommended to use the readily available materials. So, some of the materials they are supposed to use, we have a piece of plywood or a cardboard for base. We have paint or colored markers. We have screws, nails, or glue. We have sandpaper, and we have decorations. They can be button, beads, or fabrics. So those are some of the materials the learner is supposed to assemble to come up with before starting the process of creating the key holder itself. Now, the next step is about now make the key holder. Now implementation and construction. Now we want to go to implementation and construction. And here, this is where you turn your design into a physical object. You turn your design into a physical object. We talk about work step by step. So the first step here is about marking and cutting. And here we are being guided to use a pencil and a ruler to draw the outline of your selected design on the wood or cardboard, the base we talked about. Then carefully cut out the shape with a saw or a cutter. That's the first step. The second step is about sanding. So here we are being told to smoothen the surface and edges using sandpaper to avoid splitters and sharp edges. Remember, one of the criteria there was it was about the safety. So when we are sanding, we are trying to solve that problem of the unsafety of the tool. Then we talk about painting and decorating. So here we are talking about apply base paint or color first, then add decoration, that is pattern, drawings or stickers or even your name. Then the fourth one, we are talking about the attaching hooks or pegs. You attach the hooks or pegs. Here, measure equal distance to fix 3 to 5 hooks at the bottom. Then use glue, screws, or nails depending on the materials used. And after you have done that one, you will have already come up with your key holder, created very well, observing the criteria that we talked about earlier. And the last step now, it's about test and evaluate. That's the reflection now. Now we want to test this key holder if it's functional. And the first question you have to ask yourself, can it hold the weight of the keys? If it can, then you have the right key holder. The second question, are the hooks well attached? If they are well attached according to the teacher, then you have the right key holder. The third question is about, is it visually attractive? Remember, we talked about the use of the colors as one of the criteria. And the last question, is it safe to handle? So if those 4 questions are answered correctly and the answer is yes or true, then the key holder that has been created is good to be used by the learners in class to hang their keys whenever they have them, so that we can reduce the problem of those keys being lost. So that's all I have. Remember, the coming topic will be now about the practical part of it, how to create now the key holder itself. So stay tuned for that part 2 of the video on how we are going to make it, so that you will not miss any of the content we have here. If you have not subscribed, do so, so that you can get any information we have here on time. Thank you, and may God bless you.